Do tiny homes in Massachusetts go together? We're going to find out today because I'm covering 7 tiny home communities in Massachusetts. This video is part of a larger series that I am doing on tiny home communities across the U.S., state by state, and it's going to cover a variety of communities with a range of lot rent prices. Some are going to be more affordable than others, and then some are located in RV parks, so you can try on tiny for yourself. You can find the videos on the other states that I've already completed by searching my YouTube channel. Now you are going to notice I'm not going to share the lot rent prices in the videos since I hope that these videos will be watched for years to come. But check the description for a link to the community or pause the video and use the camera feature on your smartphone to scan the QR code for a full and growing list of tiny home communities, including the ones I covered today. If you want more content on tiny homes or ADUs, check out rearon.com or join our ADU and tiny home Facebook group. I'll put a link to both in the description. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Erin. I'm a licensed real estate agent on a mission to promote smaller living options. There is a growing demand for smaller spaces, and I create videos to help you learn more about ADUs and tiny homes across 2 different YouTube channels. I'll link the other channel in the description. So if you're here looking to downsize, find a tiny home community, or retire tiny, you came to the right place. Let's jump into the tiny home communities in Massachusetts. What was tough, though, about covering this state is that I could not find a lot of places that had long-term stays for tiny homes. In fact, none of those that I'll show you today is where you can actually park your own tiny home on a long-term basis. So I think Massachusetts needs to step up their game and feel that need because there are a lot of people reaching out to me for smaller options in Massachusetts. There are several areas in Massachusetts you can try on tiny for yourself. You can check out smaller living to make sure it's something you want to do before jumping in. So the video is going to focus primarily on those options. So let's jump into it. The first is going to be Sun Retreats, Peters Pond in Sandwich, Massachusetts. That's kind of a mouthful. This property is your lakeside launch pad for the Cape Cod Tiny Living Test Drive, or stays that are a little bit longer with the flexibility to come and go and keep your RV or park model cottage in one place for the full season. Now, it's important to note the property's only open from mid-spring to fall. They even have a few park model homes for sale that are listed on their website. This property is set on a spring-fed lake, and they've got sandy beaches, calm coves. This resort really pairs water time, so think swimming, kayaking, fishing, with that easy comfort on shore. You're going to find roomy RV sites, plus they do have some park model homes with real beds. They've got full bathrooms and kitchens, so it's perfect if you want to try on tiny and don't want to give up all that good stuff. You can sit around, enjoy the sunshine on pool days, or just kind of keep it low with morning coffee by the water and let the sun set on the end of your day. There's tons of activities, sports courts, and there's a well-stocked camp store that help keep the basics covered. They've got the Cape Cod classics nearby, include boardwalks, there's ice cream runs, there's ocean beaches. They're all just a few minutes away. So whether you come for a long weekend or you want to settle in for a longer stay, the Peters Pond delivers that sweet spot. The tiny home simplicity with resort amenities, all with that Cape Cod vacation feeling in one place. Next up on the list is one that's a little unique. It's called the AutoCamp Cape Cod in Falmouth. And this is where modern design meets that salty air simplicity, all on the shores of Buzzards Bay. So if you've been curious about tiny living, this is an easy way to try on tiny. You get to stay in a custom Airstream suite or even one of their sleek tiny cabins and still have a nice sized kitchen, sleeping area, and bathroom. Plus, you get your own fire pit for s'mores under the stars. If you happen to want to go rustic, you can rent one of their adventure tents. I am going to say the retro feel is just really fun. At the heart of this property is the clubhouse, and it's really a bright mid-century space for things like coffee. They've got light bites, they've got board games, and of course, gathering before heading out. If you want to leave the property, you can ride the Shining Sea Bikeway or stroll one of Falmouth's beaches, pop down to Woods Hole, or even hop on the ferry to Martha's Vineyard. It's all within just a few minutes away. So if you come for a long weekend or just to try on tiny, you're going to see just how little you really need, as long as you have a smart space, fresh air, and a cozy place to lay your head. AutoCamp Cape Cod Really has tiny home vibes, boutique hotel polish, and that Cape Cod magic all in one spot. Next up, we are going to Foxborough to check out Normandy Farms. The Normandy Farms Family Camp Resort is in Foxborough, and it's about 30 minutes from Boston. This place is really impressive and has roots that go back 260 years, which is really cool. But it's not your average campground, so it's kind of a boutique resort meets New England woods. You can test drive tiny in their small spaces. They've got cabins, yurts, or even a safari tent. And each is laid out thoughtfully so that every square foot works hard. If you have an RV, you can bring that with you. Their amenities are impressive. They do have so many things to do. They've got an indoor pool, a seasonal outdoor pool, hot tubs, fitness center. They've got plenty of spaces to unwind or to get moving. This property has a wellness center, a business center. It's got reception center, notary service, snack kitchen, and they've got really cool barn animals like goats, sheep, horses. They offer horseback riding. They've got a meditation labyrinth, which I think is just really cool. And you can also bring your four-legged family member because they have a really awesome dog park. The days there flow really easily. You've got coffee in the morning on the porch, take a dip in the pool, try out the trails, and then s'mores at night at your fire ring under a sky full of stars. So if you want that city energy from Boston or Providence, they're still close enough to go to things like dinner, museums, or catch a game, but then you're back by nightfall. So Normandy Farms is one you really want to check out if you're curious about tiny home living, because it lets you try on tiny living with style and so many things to do. Now let's move over to Littleton and show you the Spacious Skies Minuteman. This is where you get New England camping with an easy launch pad to Boston and Lexington. Their properties open typically April to November, so that's something to consider. But it is a place if you want to try on rustic tiny living because their cabins don't have bathrooms. So if that's important to you, this may not be a stop on your list. The property is tucked beneath tall pines and the campground feels calm and woodsy. So it's exactly the place you want to slow down after a day of fun. The cabins are set on spacious, well-kept sites, and you get to settle in with simple comforts of that camp life. You're going to find family-friendly touches throughout the property. So think common areas, the pool, and then everyday conveniences that make your longer stays very easy. They've got on-site laundry, they've got a camp store. So you can fish in the morning, hike in the afternoon, and then just relax by the fire at night while taking in all of the nature that is just surrounding you. The guests also have access to the beach volleyball court, they've got basketball, they've got a rec hall, and they've also got a dog park. But I think what really sets the Minuteman location apart from other places is the balance. So it's quiet and it's forested, but you're close to everything. So if you want that close to city feel, but still feels like you're a world away in a rustic setting, I think the Spacious Sky Minuteman really delivers in that area. Now let's go over to Oakham to the Pine Acres Family Camping Resort. This property is your classic New England lake getaway, and it's made easy. So this is another way to try on tiny in one of their cabins on a beautiful 70-acre Lake Dean, and it also offers seasonal camping if you do have an RV. It's set among tall pines and it's got calm water. So Pine Acres is built for families who want that all day outside kind of vacation. The property actually opened back in 1960 when Frank and Grace Packard opened a small campground just by clearing the sites by hand and running operations from a rustic cabin that actually serves as Uncle John's bait shop. And they launched their campground on Labor Day in 1960 with 6 waterfront sites. It's quickly expanded in amenities and accommodations. Today, it's actually under a third-generation family management and feels like a hidden gem and actually has earned a 5-star recognition as one of New England's top camping resorts. So here you can just roll in with your rig or book a cabin. You can bring your boat or even just rent one and spend endless hours on the water. The days here are simple. Start on the shoreline, then wander up to the pool, the playgrounds, even have a fun game on one of their courts. They have a full-service country store and cafe with a super yummy looking menu. You can visit Uncle John's Bait Shop and the rental marina. You can check out mini golf. They have an arcade, a playground, basketball, volleyball. They've got pickleball, and of course, that old-fashioned gem mine. Not to mention the 5,000 square foot fenced-in dog park and pet wash station. So they really just have a little bit for everyone. They also have golf cart rentals and online wood delivery to your rental. Weekends bring some of the energy, so think the themed activities, they've got social events, and plenty of reasons to just put your phone away and be together. So if you're looking for a relaxed lakefront base with easy amenities and just a ton of stuff to do, Pine Acres is really going to deliver. Now let's go over to Sturbridge and talk about the Pine Lake RV Resort and Cottages. This is a peaceful place that's surrounded by nature and still packed with amenities. This is also another place that you can try on tiny living. The Lakefront Resort has 200 level RV sites with full hookups. They've got 85 cottages that are available either in a studio, 1-bedroom, or 2-bedroom layout. So you can really get a feel for the space that you need. But whether you're just passing through or looking for a longer stay, there is a space here that's going to feel like home. The centerpiece of the resort is the Pine Lake, and it's an 8-acre lake that's perfect for relaxing on the beach, fishing, or just getting out on the water. They've got paddleboard and kayak rentals available, and also a large outdoor pool. Inside the resort, you've got a fitness center, you've got a billiards room, arts and crafts, just a little bit of everything. But I think what makes this place so special is the community vibe. They have so many things going on. They've got weekly happy hours, barbecue dinners, holiday parties, and even a murder mystery night. So you're really in a friendly, active environment where people are just having a good time. So if you're looking for a relaxing New England getaway or a seasonal home base with a strong sense of community, the Pine Lake RV Resort is going to offer both, and it's also a great place for you to try on tiny. Now going over to Sturbridge, we're going to find the Sturbridge RV Resort. This property has some tiny home rentals that let you try on tiny, or you can bring your RV and actually stay up to 21 days. They do have discounts for military persons. The tiny homes are on a 200-acre RV resort. Beyond tiny houses, this property embraces the full campground life. So they've got the trails, they've got nature, tons of events, and really just a connection to the local area. So you can sit back and relax or even try out the pool, the playground. They've got mini golf, basketball, volleyball, horseshoe pits, bocce ball, shuffleboards, game rooms. You can go fishing. You can rent a boat. You can check out the picnic and barbecue areas. Of course, they have laundry. They've got a clubhouse, they've got a dog park, and just so many activities. And you want to make sure you don't miss the lucky wishing tree. It's just so many things that are going to keep you busy, but it's also an easy way to relax because you're by the water and you have nature just all around you. The tiny home village at Sturbridge just gives you that way to test out tiny living without losing the comforts that you love. It's a mixture of nature, community, and small space living in a big setting. So surprisingly, Massachusetts had a lot more options than I actually originally thought. So this was a really fun one to put together for you. I hope that you were inspired by something in today's video. If you had a favorite property, feel free to share it in the comments. And if you want to support the mission to promote tiny homes and ADUs, hit that like button, share it with a friend. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I've got some more communities coming up. If you have any feedback or questions, drop those in the comments. I love to hear from you. If you do have a tiny home story to share, I've got a way to get in touch with me in the description. Don't forget, if you need more tiny home or ADU resources, visit my website, rearon.com. Join the ADU and Tiny Home Facebook group. That's going to be a great way to connect with others that are already living smaller or considering it. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and I'll see you next time.